guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary, and we thought it would be cool to make a video, like a sit down video, and answer a few questions. We actually found these questions on Google. I think it's like a picture from like Pinterest, and it's like 10 questions, wedding anniversary questions. So let's get into it. What's the first question?
First question is, what has brought you closer together this year?
This year. You want to go first?
No, you can go ahead.
I don't know. What has brought us closer?
Closer together, I think just when we got married, you know, you were working at one place and then you got a new job now. We had to sacrifice and we had to figure out what we were going to do, what was going to be best for all of us.
True.
So that was something that definitely
brought us closer.
Yeah. And it showed us that we can, like, it's nothing that we can't do. Like, if we want to do something, we can do it. You just gotta put your mind to it and just do it. As long as we help each other out and it's not like you out there on your own.
That's a big thing. Always have to support each other no matter what. And I think I can agree with that. Like, you know, we're not perfect. Like, we're still trying to figure out life, period. And especially, everyone's trying to figure out like what is it?
Your niche.
Their thing in life, and like, what are you here for? And we're still trying to figure that out. So I think that definitely brought us close together, because like I just realized that I wasn't happy in a place and I wanted to do something else. And he's very supportive. Sometimes I have my down days when I'm just like so unsure about anything in life, and luckily he's here to help me through those dark times, those sad times, whenever I do get in my little funk. And he just always reminds me, like, why are you acting this way? Like, we're fine. Like, you don't have to stress about this. You don't have to stress about that. And, that's definitely what you want to look for in a relationship, period. Find someone that's always there to help you no matter what and to bring you up whenever you are down. So I think that definitely brought us close together, just because, like he said, like within this whole year, like our whole like career paths changed. And just finding some type of happiness in the middle. Of course, we're happy together, but just happiness within other fields. So that's what has to all come together. Question number 2.
What is your favorite memory of the first year?
Favorite?
I don't know.
I think my favorite memory is just creating our YouTube channel or doing our dates. I think that pushed us to do more. And I feel like what you see on social media, what you see on YouTube, like, it's not that it's fake, but like there's other stuff going on behind the scenes. Just being fun, having fun thoughts together, putting our creative minds together to make something new for you guys to watch, and just sharing our adventures with you. I think that's always fun. And making our music video, that's my favorite memory, just because like we didn't even know the words to begin with. And if you guys haven't checked that out, please check it out. It's one of my favorite days when we made our music video. And I know we were stressing Day out, the one who recorded us, because he's like, y'all don't even know the words. Just doing our weekly dates, like,
yeah, being consistent. It like forces you to not forget to do things together, because sometimes I feel like you can get so stuck in what you have going on, and she gets stuck in what she has going on, and then Makenzie, that's a whole nother thing. But I think that the date idea, it forces us to not forget that we still need to do things together. Like, I mean, that just created a bunch of memories, so I can't really pick one. But
before Makenzie, before all this, the first thing was us. It was our friendship. So we always got to remember, like, before all this ever happened, we were friends, and we always got to remind ourselves like why we are together, why we fell in love with each other, and why we're still together till this day. Question number 3.
Did you have a wedding or a honeymoon disaster that you're already laughing at? I mean,
wedding disaster.
Honeymoon, we're gonna actually do that
next week.
So we're gonna celebrate our honeymoon / 1-year anniversary. all together. So we kind of put the honeymoon off a little bit.
And I think people should do that. I mean, it's really great. Like, if you get married and you do the honeymoon right after, like, good for you. Financially, we weren't able to do that.
It gives you something to look forward to.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It looks so, like, you know, you look forward to the wedding, like, yeah, it's here, and it's over. And then, like, of course, you still gotta look forward to the honeymoon. But like, if you wait like a year and you have more to celebrate. And it just, you know, gives you time and gives you something to look forward to. So I'm happy that we waited. But a disaster.
I mean, the wedding was smooth. Everything went as planned in my head.
Shout out to Michelle,
our wedding planner. Wrong, I don't know.
She covered it up. No worries. So I really don't know what happened. Not a disaster, but one thing I do wish we did at the wedding was I wish we danced to our first song together longer. And I don't know, I guess we felt kind of awkward, like, you know, people watching us slow dance and we were too busy, I guess, thinking if they're bored. And I know we just came out and everyone's hype and stuff like that, and then we're like, oh, time for the first dance, and we chose Ed Sheeran, Perfect, and
like the first verse, and that's it. And then we were like, all right, that's it. And
I felt, and in my head, I really, really wanted to do the whole song because I love the second verse when he's talking about, you know, when I saw you in that dress, and I, like, you know, was so obsessed with my dress, and I was really mad that we didn't do the whole song. But it's just like, in that moment, you just felt kind of like awkward because people are staring you, but then people are like, okay, I'm bored, and like, all right, I'm hungry. So, which is bad. Like, you should only see each other, you know, which I felt we shouldn't have done that.
What?
Think about how other people feel and just like be in the moment with us too.
I mean, it was.
But either way, the wedding. I mean, it was only the first verse, but I just wish we did the whole song. But that's about it.
What has surprised you most about being married?
What surprised me most is that, like, honestly, nothing really changed.
Yeah, I think nothing really changed for me. I think the only thing that surprised me the most, not necessarily surprised me, is like other people. Like when you have friends who like aren't married or friends who are single, and like the amount of people, like, to me, I think there's a big difference between being married and like having like a girlfriend or boyfriend. Like, it's a difference, and I think some people don't realize that, like, it's literally like, you know, two become one. Like, there's nothing that goes on with me that doesn't go on with her. So if she goes through something, that means I'm going through it. If I'm going through something, that means she's going through it. And I think some people don't realize that or understand that.
Nothing really surprised me. I feel like it's different for us because we were already living together before we were married. It's like, it wasn't no surprises. Like, I knew how he liked the bed made. And he knew not to get out the shower being wet, to dry himself in the bathtub. So like, little things like that. Like, I feel like when people get married, they first move in together and they find out like their husband is dirty, or, you know, they're not clean in the house. But like, we already went through all that, so nothing really changed.
I'm clean.
He's a neat freak. Question number 5.
Anything shocking you've learned about your spouse? Nothing really shocking. I think.
Oh, I got one.
I think that I pretty much knew you, got you. Like, nothing really jumped out and shocked me.
What's shocking is that he's allergic to blue food coloring.
It's true, that shocked me.
And the only reason how we found out was Makenzie, she likes different color pancakes when I make pancakes. So like, every weekend I was putting in different food color. I'm like, oh, what color is this? So I finally decided to do blue. And I guess I put a little too much blue. And we were just eating the pancakes, and then he's like, I'm itchy. I'm like, you're so dramatic. You know how like guys are, like if they're like sick, they're like, I'm dying.
I was laughing. I was like, I don't feel right.
I'm like,
and you're like, yeah, whatever. And then I went to sleep.
He's like, look, I scratched myself and the marks are still there.
That was in the morning when I woke up, because I was scratching like all night. And then in the morning when I woke up, it was just like scratches and bumps and wet whelps. It was just bad all over my whole body.
I was like, okay, go to the doctor.
Yeah, and I had to write down everything I ate, and then they said that
it was the blue food coloring.
Yeah, it was like blue food coloring, like you're allergic to that. So.
After that incident, like he wouldn't eat pancakes for like a month straight. I'm like, I'm not putting any food coloring, you can eat the pancakes. Like, he didn't trust my pancakes at all. He was like scarred. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't eat anything blue anymore.
Nah, I'm like, he's about to eat like M&M's or something like that.
I try to stay away from everything blue.
He tries, but he forgets.
Yeah,
so it's like
hard.
I have to remind him of his allergy.
Anyways.
Question 6.
What is a bonus quality you received in your spouse that you didn't know until you were married? A bonus quality.
I feel like when you're married, you like know that like this is your partner for life. It's really comforting, really helpful that, you know, whenever you do go through those hard times or anything like that, like, you know, they're gonna be there. Well, they're supposed to be there, you know, and you know, he's always there. It's like he's my best friend, so like whenever I'm going through something, you know, I always try to talk to him about it, or sometimes I lash out on him about it, which, you know, it's obviously not the right way to do it, but I feel like he's always there. And like that's always like within him, he's always very helpful, but it's just like, it's like a different type of connection, knowing that this is your partner for life and that he's always gonna be there for life.
Still like nothing was a surprise, no, like nothing new. She didn't just like, we got married and then she started juggling or something.
Juggling? I don't know, these questions are kind of like weird.
Yeah, like,
because
I knew everything. I feel like I knew everything.
It's like when you get married, you wouldn't want anything to change.
Yeah,
But the only thing you want to change is like maybe your love gets stronger, of course, but and like your last name changes. But I don't know about like so much qualities changing.
Well,
like,
just saying like you learn something that I guess like a surprise, like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Like, I mean, I know magic. You knew that before, so. Okay, nothing.
I also know he's very dramatic. He'll see like a pillow on the floor and he'll like fall like down the stairs for no reason. And he'll like stay on the floor for like 10 minutes.
Alright, number 7. If you could do anything different, what would you do? But I don't think I would do anything different. I mean, I think that everything that we did and everything that we went through it for a reason, and we learn something from it and, you know, move forward. So I wouldn't do anything differently.
No.
Well, okay. Fair enough. Number 8. What have you learned from your spouse this year? Did I teach you anything?
I learned to try to not be so stressed, because at the end everything's gonna work out, as what he says. You know, sometimes it's kind of hard in the moment when you're like thinking so much and you're just stressing out. Yeah. But like, you know, deep inside I do know everything's gonna be okay, but like at that moment I'm
just
like
to stress.
I know.
I always say like literally 98% of the things that happen like don't matter. Like people don't care. A lot of things people don't care about a lot of things.
Or like the scenarios that go through your mind, it's probably not gonna happen.
It's like it's not a big deal, or whatever.
Seems like Darius just lives a carefree life.
Whatever issue arises, like there's like if it's something you can do about it, do it. If it's nothing you can do about it, then you shouldn't be worried about it, because there's nothing you can do. So it's no reason to stress. You know, you see those quotes and you see like little videos and messages that people have. Like I take those things to heart. Little quotes, like from like, it'll be like a Buddha quote or something, man. Like I be taking those things to heart. Like I seen one that said like what I just said. You have an issue and it's like, yes. Can you do something about it? Yes. Then it's nothing you worry about, because you can do something about it. Okay. If you have an issue, yes. Can you do something about it? No. Then there's nothing. You shouldn't be worried about it, because there's nothing you can do about it. So you should never really be stressing, because, and that's how I do. I rarely stress, because I know, like if I ever need something, I know how to get it. And if I can't get something, then I probably shouldn't have it. So like I rarely stress. Rarely. I mean, am I lying?
And I guess that's why we balance out, you know? Because I stress and he doesn't, and then it just works out. It's like I stress and he helps me out with that, but then like when he's like upset about something, I try to like calm him down as well.
Sometimes you can give the best advice, and then
you can't take
sometimes
your own
you
advice.
Take your own advice, and she'll be there to kind of reiterate some of the things that I say to her if I'm like kind of feeling a certain way.
Whatever issues we ever had or whatever happened, like I always try to never go to sleep mad. And I always try to remind him of that, because he likes to hold grudges.
I always apologize first.
In what world? Who? That was not true at all. This guy will hold grudges until the next week if he had to. And like, you know, if we like getting a little fuss before bed, I'm like, look, come on.
Oh, please.
Let's just kiss and
right.
make up. Come on, babe. Let's just kiss and make up.
Yeah, right.
And he'd be like, turning all over, taking all the covers and stuff. I'm like, you know, sometimes he'll even try to get up and go on the couch. I'm like, come on now, we don't got time for that. Always kiss goodnight and go to sleep peaceful. Don't go to sleep mad, guys.
Alright, number 9. How have your feelings changed in just 1 year? I mean, I feel like it's the same, you know? I mean, I guess the bond gets stronger. I guess the bond gets stronger and, you know, you become closer, but I mean, pretty close. It's not really, it's nothing that, you know, that you can tell me that would surprise me. If someone were to tell me something and they say Ashley did this, and I know for a fact that that's out of her character, like I'm like, I know she wouldn't do that or she wouldn't say that. And I feel like I know her to that extent, and I feel like she knows me the same way. If someone was to say that I did something or said something, like, you know, I mean, I can get crazy, but
I'm like, yeah, he said that.
So you know what to believe and what not to believe. But yeah, I mean, bill collectors, or not even bill collectors, is people call me who, like, I don't know, my phone number is on like every like line for like insurance, benefits, what was it, assistant living.
It was like a retirement.
Like my phone is on every, I don't know how, and
because you had that phone number for so long, probably.
And I get phone calls at least 7 to 8 times a week.
Yo, he cursed out 2 people today. I'm just like, one time in Kroger, I'm like, yo, chill.
I told him I was gonna call the police for harassment. I mean, I keep getting phone calls. I'm like,
Allstate, I have Geico. Leave me alone.
Then the Allstate person just called me for no reason. I did not inquire about getting Allstate.
Oh my gosh, this guy will go crazy.
I get so mad at that. I mean, that's one. I get really mad at that, and I get really mad at when
Sprint.
people. No, when people ride by me.
Oh my god.
And they look at me, like when I'm in the car, if someone like switches lanes behind me and they get beside me and they like look at me.
How did this even goes to the question?
I don't know, but I get so mad at that. Yeah, I get angry sometimes. But
And like, it's so crazy because like, even like my parents, they're like, Darius never gets mad. Like, even, I'm sure even his mama feel like Darius is such an angel.
I get mad at weird things. And
he gets so mad. I'm just like.
But it's like a weird thing.
And I'll just be like sitting there, I'm like, it's not that serious. Like the driving.
Oh man, that makes me so mad.
First of all, I don't understand how people can drive, pay attention to the road, and then look at someone just because.
I can see when somebody's like on my back. And then they like switch lanes. And then when they switch lanes, I know they're gonna like ride by me. And then they're gonna look. And if they look. Oh man, I don't know, I get something hot. I get so mad.
Like, what the f are you looking at? Like, cursing? I'm like, yo, like, it's not even that serious. Talk about switching lanes. There be sometimes people just be driving and just look at you and like, what are you looking at? Like,
I don't know. Anyways, next question.
That wasn't even a part of the question, but I mean.
Well, you know that's something I would do.
That wasn't, what was even the question?
It was, how have your feelings changed?
Feelings changed. I don't know how we got into driving, but feelings changed. I mean,
that's like I said.
I mean, our love gets stronger every day. That's what people want to hear. Listen, like, okay, so I think the difference between us and like other couples on YouTube or like other couples out in social media, like, we're not like the lovey-dovey type couple. I don't know if you guys even noticed that. But like, we're not like, babe, you look so great today. Like kissing on each other in front of people. Like, we're really chill. And I think that's what I really take pride in like our relationship, is that like we're both on the same page with that. I'll be like, oh babe, babe, you're so funny, babe. Oh babe. I hate when people do that. I think it's so fake. But anyways, I think that's why like our friends like enjoy hanging out with us. Like, we can go to a bar, club, anywhere, and like, or they can just come over and like they won't feel awkward. They won't feel like a third wheel if they're just by themselves, because like I'm never like sitting on top of him, or he's never like behind my back kissing my neck, and you know, things that like couples actually do in front of friends or in front of company that makes people feel awkward. I don't know why people do that. Of course, we show our love and affection, but like that's, you know, between us. Like we're not gonna do that in front of people to make people feel weird. Honestly, I hate that. How Darius hates people looking at him while he drives. I hate when people be like all over each other, making people feel awkward. I feel like that's just like very rude and disrespectful. We're really fun to hang out with, and
just knowing that up front, so that's good. Because some people would look at that like if one of us was to be the opposite, and we like that, you know, and the other person didn't, you know, act the same way, they would think that, oh, maybe they don't like me, or they don't love me, or they're not into me. Like, but you know, that's how some people are, and some people,
I know there's different types of, you know, what is it, love? What is it called?
The language of love.
Language. Question number 10.
Okay, what is something you've done that has worked and really made a difference in your marriage that you would give as advice to be successful in others that are going to be married?
Never go to sleep mad. I always say that. I just feel like, you know, with all the stuff, honestly, like with all the stuff that's happening in the world lately, like it's just so sad, and like you never want to, you know, have your last word fighting over something stupid, you know? I just feel like, you know, never go to sleep mad. If you have an argument or anything like that, just be adults and just talk about it. And it's okay if you need some time to breathe or whatever, but just remember, like, you're gonna have to make up, talk, figure out a solution, and keep it moving. Life is just too short to just be angry about something stupid. So if you feel like you can work through it, then definitely talk through, get help or anything like that. But number one thing is to just never go to sleep mad, kiss, make up.
I think like the person that you marry is like, that's the person that you married. Basically, like you're not gonna change them. Like, don't think that, you know, if you dating somebody and you like, oh, but when we get married, it's gonna be like this. Like, it's not gonna be like that. Like the person that you married, the person is like gonna be that person. Like, and if you think that, okay, when we get married, they're gonna start doing this, so I'm gonna try to get them to start doing this, and then that doesn't happen, that's when you feel like, oh dang, like that's when you feel like, oh, it's something different. I think just going in knowing that, like, you know, they do certain things, and you know, you gotta accept that. Like, and it's gonna be good times, it's gonna be bad times, they're gonna change, they're gonna, you know, you're gonna attempt to try to do things differently if it's something that gets on the other person's nerves, but you still have to understand that, you know, that's who they are. And if you gonna be who you are, then you have to let them be who they are. And you know, if not, then they're not gonna be comfortable. If they're not comfortable, they're not gonna be themselves. If they're not gonna be themselves, then it's probably not gonna last long. So you should definitely understand that from day one, the person that you married is the person that you married. So don't expect
a ring to change them.
They're not gonna change. They're gonna be the same person, and that's
you can't change someone.
And even for like guys and girls, like if you're dating, and like I know people who would say like, you know, I'm doing me, I'm gonna do this, but when we get married, oh, it's gonna be different. Like, no, it's not. Like, you're gonna be doing the same stuff.
Why do people even think that?
People
like,
are who they are.
Babies ain't gonna change y'all. Rings ain't gonna change y'all. Like,
you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna be who you are. You're gonna be who you are, man. And I mean, people can change, but you know, at the same time, you don't want to be the one. Like, you want people to change because they want to change something, not because of you. Like, I wouldn't even want somebody that wants to change for me, like trying to be like how they think I want them to be. Like, no, I want you to be yourself. Like, I want you to be yourself so I can be myself. Like, I'm not about to be acting a certain way for nobody, so I don't want nobody acting a certain way for me. Like, I want you to be yourself, because if you be yourself, then, you know, nobody can hold anything over your head, and nobody can hold anything against you.
Single people out there that, you know, feel like y'all met somebody but they know that the guy likes certain type of girls, like, don't be acting like that type of girl just because you want him. I just feel like that's just a waste of time. Like, I've always been myself 100% from day one. I always said that to myself, like even before I met Darius, like, I'm not gonna act like such a girly girl, or I'm not gonna act like, you know, this and that just because I want guys to find me attractive or anything like that. Like, that's just stupid. Like, just always be yourself. Like, someone is out there for you, and just be patient, and like, don't be trying to like change yourself just for somebody else. Love yourself before you can love somebody else. So that's all the questions. I found them online, like I said, and I feel like the questions are kind of like weird to answer just because like I don't know what to say, like a different type of couple. We're just pretty chill people. So I hope you guys enjoyed our questions and our answers. I hope they were very helpful for you guys that are in relationships, are about to get married, or are married already. We're just expressing how our first year of marriage went. If you guys have any questions at all about relationships, any advice, marriage advice, like, you know, we're still new to the game, but I just want to put out there, like, I feel like people think that like we're so perfect and stuff like that. Like, we do go through things as well. If you guys have any questions at all, just please leave a comment below. You can even message us. Like, we're super open, so don't be scared. Well, give this video a thumbs up and make sure you follow us on Instagram at the James Bond Vlog. Happy anniversary, babe.